I noticed that, although it was very helpful to show where, conflict events where explosive munitions had occurred, when I kind of delved down into the data, I realized that it was perhaps misrepresenting the actual scale of it, because the method that we subsequently developed that kind of was born out of this was we realized that the same conflict event can contain wildly different counts of explosive munitions. So, for example, on one conflict line, one conflict event, it could say one airstrike struck village A, whereas the next line down could say 100 artillery shells struck village B, but both would be recorded as a single conflict event. And obviously there's a huge discrepancy between explosive munitions between the two areas, and over kind of thousands upon thousands of conflict events, that really kind of increases. And so, just to put that into perspective, we recorded around 65,000 lines of data and managed to extrapolate out 267,000 individual uses of explosive munitions. So that's a pretty sizable difference. And so hopefully this method can help kind of give a bit more clarity and granularity to it.
And I think, yes, this has operational but also strategic implications, because ultimately we can, through this methodology, provide political entities, especially donors, with a much clearer picture of the scope and scale of the problem at hand. And we can then compare it to other contexts. For instance, in Mozambique, how long did it actually take to discard and demine certain areas? How much time did it take to get rid of 30,000 explosives? And by that, we can just give a little bit better information on the requirements that are going to be needed, or the resources that are going to be needed to get this done. And I think that can be helpful, because better information hopefully leads to better decision making.